What's up, roulette grinders? Here with a new strategy. It is from the Kings Club Casino. It is a 7-street strategy. Usually you play 9 or 8 streets. We're going to play 7 streets. That's 21 numbers based on the number that hit prior. We're going to be starting with a balance of 175, and we're going to get into it. So you have the sheet up on the screen here, and that lists the numbers on a 00 wheel from 0 to 36. The last number that hit is the 35. So we're going to go over to the column 35 and go across from left to right and see that we're playing the 4, 7, 16, 19, 22, 31, and 34 streets. So we're going to go ahead and place a bet on those streets because the number 35 hit. So we're going to bet on the number 4, 50 cents on the street. And we're going to wait because it's not working for some reason. I guess we're going to miss that spin. So we'll just take a look and see if that would have hit. Not sure why I couldn't place a bet. So it's a 4. And as we saw, we had a 35. So that 4 street did come in. That would have been a win for us. So let's make sure that we're actually betting on this wheel here. So again, we have the 4. We go up to the 4, and it's 4, 7, 10, 16, 19, 20, and 31. So we're going to put the 4, 7, 10, 16, 19, 28, and 31 street. And on every loss, we'll go up a unit. And on wins, we will go down. The goal here is to make $25 from our 175. So we're going to try to get to $200 using the strategy. Had a couple good sessions with it in testing. Made $25 increments pretty easy. It's not always going to work. We'll see if it works today. I will go down to $125 if we can't get a win. So I will go down to 125 if we're continuing to go up, up, up. But let's see if these streets can come in based on the last number to hit. If we get a loss, we stay on these streets. So if we get a street other than what we have here, we're going to stay on these streets. We're at the live Borgata table at Atlantic City, 00 wheel. Again, a 0 wheel is probably preferred, but with this strategy, it is based on 00 street numbers. So we're going to get a grind here, a slow grind, see if we can make this work. Again, I've tested it, and it's done fairly well. Not all strategies work all the time, but we're going to give this one a shot today. So Kings Club Roulette, go check them out on YouTube. This is their strategy out there, and it does rather well. So we'll wait for a spin and see. Now, what I like about this wheel also is I can take my time to get my bets down, especially when there's people playing at the table. There is no rush. Thank you so much for joining. If you guys are liking the content, please go ahead and subscribe. Turn the notifications on. It means a lot to me. Appreciate all the support, everyone. So that's a 35. That is a loss. We simply rebet and go up a unit. Repeat the bet, and we'll just double in this case, going up 50 cents on each. So the street did not hit. We're going to stay on those 7 streets that we just had prior and try to get a win out of it. Now, lots of ways you can play this. You can wait for virtual wins. You can just go right in. I'm choosing just to go right in. I've been watching the wheel, and it's been pretty good with the pattern. So we'll see what happens. Again, you're only betting on 21 numbers out of the 38. I am going to have to pause at some point, unfortunately, something to take care of, but I'll come back and finish the video for you. So again, we started at 175. We're now up to making a $7 bet. We're doing 50-cent unit increments, 50-cent unit increments. I would say a reasonable starting bankroll is probably $350 to $500 for 50 cents with this strategy. If you're betting dollar units, I would say $750 to $1,000. I do find that the streets do hit in a few spins. And because we're using the DeLambert method, going up and down by units, It's not terrible on your bankroll. We're not martingaling, we're not doubling, we're not tripling, and you can, if you want, do that. So let's see if we can get a nice hit here. Wait for all the chips to be placed. Hope you guys are having a good weekend wherever you are. Hope you're doing some fun stuff, playing some good roulette. Nice day here, a little overcast, but the sun might come out. We'll see. Saw that in the Alec Baldwin trial, he was acquitted of all charges, not guilty. If you're not familiar with the movie Rust, Alec Baldwin accidentally shot somebody for real on the set and killed them. So that is a loss again. Getting some unlucky numbers here, but that's okay. We'll go up another unit. So we repeat the bet, and we go up 50 cents again on each street. And we're going to do this 3 times, and then we're going to wait. Hopefully the wheel will come back to us. Again, this might be a random pattern, but this is where the ball tends to go after certain numbers are hit with these 7 streets. It has been pretty successful. That is the reason I'm showcasing it to you. But again, not all systems work every time. Roulette grinder luck. Here we go again. Was watching the AOB video today, and he now has turned into a nature channel. He had, I believe it wasn't deer. Wasn't alpacas. It was an animal. What was it? I forgot what he said that they were, but he was filming them off his yard. And then hot air balloons too. So All on Black is diversifying to National Geographic with some scenery, pictures and things. And of course spending thousands of dollars on 5 double streets and winning his money. So it was fun to see, to wake up to some nature shots. Whatever animal that was, I really forget what it was. I thought they were deer, but maybe it was in the family of deer. So we have a 18. There's our win. So now we need to repeat. We need to go to a new set of streets and go down a unit to $1. So the 18 just hit. We look on our chart at the 18, and it's the 7, 10, 16, 19, 25, 28, and 31 streets. So we'll bet those. So basically, we're going to put $1 on them. For the number number 18, we go 7, 10, 16. 19, 25, 28. And the 31. So those are our streets we're going to play based on the number 18 hitting. Based on 18. We're going to stay right here at $1. So this can get very streaky, especially betting only on 21 numbers, but I find that it usually does come back and does a good job. Now, if we do win this, we can go back to base bet and try to grind us some more profit. I do like the dollar unit over the 50. Probably should have started with the dollar, but with a bankroll of 175 to start, it can escalate quickly, and you want to protect that bankroll. Always get phone calls when we're recording here. Always recording, getting phone calls. Apologies for that. That is the 9. That's a hit on the 7th street. So we're up to 177. So we take a look at the chart again, and our 9 is the 147, 13, 22, 28, 34 street. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stay at the dollar. I'm pretty confident in this, so We're going to stay at the dollar. We're going to bet our 7 streets based on the 9. We go to the 1, the 4, 7, 13, 22. And the 28 and 34. Yeah, if you're wondering what I'm looking up at, I have a new monitor in front of me, and I'm using 2 screens. There is my laptop in front of me and the monitor behind me, and the laptop kind of blocks my vision of the bottom of this wheel and the numbers, so I'm trying to do a couple things at once here with the chart and the numbers. So if you're wondering where I'm looking at into space, I'm looking at a huge monitor for my bad eyes here. So again, we're going to stay at the dollar. This will be our base now, and we'll try to get up to that $25 level. Hopefully these streets can continue to come in based on the wheel. Yesterday, the grinder went out and did a little karaoke. The roulette grinder doesn't have a good voice. He can't sing. He can barely play roulette, let alone sing. But we had a good time with some karaoke yesterday at the local pub there. There's some really good singers. When you go to karaoke, you run into some really awesome singers that should be on stage doing it professionally. They get their liquid courage and they get up there and they belt out these awesome tunes. And it makes me look really sad with my horrible voice. Now, when I get a couple drinks in me, I do get up there and sing, but not very well. And I usually like singing with other people. So I will be the soft person in the back and they'll be loud in the front. So you really can't hear how bad I am. But you do not ever want to hear the grinder sing. Grinder cannot sing. So, but we had a good time. Let me know in the comments if you like karaoke. That's a win on the number 14. That's $12. So we do win $5 on that, up to 182. Remember, the streets are paying 11 to 1. We bet 7 there. So we are going to actually look at the 14 now. 4, 13, 16, 19, 22, 31, and 34. So I'm simply going to repeat the bet, and I'm going to move my chips down on the wheel. So number 14 is 4, 13, 16, 19, 4, 13, 16, 19, 22, 31, 14 is the 4, the 13, 16, 19, 22, 31, and 34. That's our number 14. Again, apologies. I'm looking in a couple places, and it's tough to keep track of the sheet and the wheel and the video filming and everything going on here. So I just want to get it right. 4, 13, 16, 19, 22, 31, and 34 for the number 14. So hopefully this ball will travel to where we think it might go. Again, it is random. It is a random entity. But I have seen a lot of success with this. It is a true slow climbing system, but eventually you do get your hits on these streets. And since we're only playing 7, the profit is a little larger than playing 9. So that's a win on the number 15. It's a win on number 15. We're now up to 187. So 15 is basically the same streets we just played. So 15, you basically do the 4, 13, 16, 19, 22, 31, and 34. We'll simply repeat the bet at the same streets and hope for a repeater here. So you look on the chart, and this chart will be pretty key in how you play here. So 4, 13, 16, 19, 22, 31, and 34. This chart is available over at King's Club Roulette. Go check out his site on YouTube. And if you guys are interested in this actual chart, I can go ahead and create one. So leave me a comment, a note that you'd like to see this, so you can play it and try it for yourself. Now again, it doesn't always work. You do get these streaks, so we'll see if we continue on a good streak playing these 7 streets here. So we do have some time between spins. A little bit of action at the table here. And again, I really wish I could pause between spins here for you guys. I'm still unable to pause. I'd have to basically stop the recording and just start again on it, which I can do for sure. It's just going to be a lot of editing, a lot of cuts, and I don't have the time to do it with these videos, especially when they get long. So started with a balance of 175. We are climbing up slowly. Again, we don't want to make our bets too high relative to our starting balance. And even $1 is pretty high for a 175 starting balance when you're going up a unit every time. But I do notice that the streets do come back, and that's why I'm confident with the $1 betting unit size. And like I said, we could get a lot of misses in a row. We could just get unlucky and just keep getting streets that we don't have. It tends to happen to me on occasion, but hopefully we'll stay on course, play the system as is, and see what happens here. And I hope you guys are liking this system because I'm kind of digging it. But again, like I said, it doesn't always work all the time. So looking for one of these streets to repeat here. Maybe the ball will go back to that 15 as a repeater, and we'll see what happens. That is the 1. That is not a hit, so we need to repeat the bet and go up a unit. We're going to go up 50 cents on each. And there's our next bet for 10.50. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Borgata wheel, the live wheel, as opposed to automated tables or studio tables. Again, my preference is to play at this table because I feel that Borgata is not going to rig the table with any magnets or air jets or things like that. And you do see some train bounces at this wheel, but not like I see on other tables around the net. So I do think that playing here, I feel a little bit safer, but I still can easily lose here just as the other ones as well. So see what happens. Channel is growing, guys. We are now over 1,425 subscribers. I thank each and every one of you for subscribing. And if you haven't, please go ahead and do so. I'm going to be producing a lot more content on different strategies, trying out. Unfortunately, the challenges really weren't working for me. My discipline was not good at them, so we'll need to come back and have a different kind of challenge. Maybe we're not going to do a percentage challenge. We'll just try to make a few bucks every day as a low roller series, because I think that's the way you can beat the casino, beat the house, is just get a few bucks every day. We're talking 5, 7, 10, and get out maybe a couple sessions, because honestly, there's a lot of pressure to make that percentage goal, especially when the wheel's not going your way. So that's a 22. That is a hit. So we're now up to 187.50. So we're going to now go down to $1. And based on the number 22, we see we have the 4, 7, 10, 16, 19, 22, and 31. So you go to the 4, 7, 10, 16, 19, 22, and the 31. Again, 7 streets, 21 numbers covered. It is a risky proposition on the wheel because you're not betting those 9 streets. You're not betting 27 numbers. But your profit is greater when you hit. you get a little bit more bang for your buck. And again, this is a random pattern that has been made. I don't think it really has much bearing on the wheel as to why these numbers come out. You can say the placement of the numbers on the wheel. I do not believe it. I mean, I'm going to keep using the system, but I don't think because X number hits, the ball is absolutely going to go to X number. I've been watching the wheel many, many spins here. I don't think that these dealers are that good to keep getting those sections of the wheel. I have seen it, but for them to spin the ball at such a speed and velocity and nail a certain section, maybe 9 to 12 numbers, sure, but not, 3 or 4 individual numbers. So the wider net, I think you can, but that small section, like trying to get one number every time, I don't think there's a possibility of it. I mean, just random luck maybe. You can't spin the ball and say, I'm going to get the 0 5 times in a row and do it. It's not possible. And if it is, if you can find me a video of a dealer doing that, let me see it. I'd love to see it. So we're betting on the number 22 streets, which is the 4, 7, 10, 16, 19, 22, and 31. We're now up to 187.50, trying to get to 200. We're on the BetMGM Borgata Casino, Atlantic City site here. It is a nice payout when you do hit your streets. So you are making a little bit of cash every time. And you can use your unit sizes, whatever you want. You can get about $5 on each street and make a ton more money, depending on your bankroll. You can bet 10, maybe AOB would bet 15s, 25s, on this. I know he plays the 9 street, so it's very interesting. I really would like to put this up against 9 streets and see which one comes out on top. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Would 9 streets beat out this system over the long run? Because the 9 streets covering more numbers, but it will take you longer to get to your profit target. And I think with 9 streets you can lose quicker as well, especially if you're martingaling. But here we're only delambering, so we're only going up and down units, which is saving our bankroll if we do get a losing streak. And let's keep winning. Let's keep getting these numbers to go to this wacky random pattern here. Looking for one of our 7 streets to hit. If not, we will go up a unit and try again. $24 is a win. It went to the 24. We're up to 192.50. So we look on the wheel for the 24. We see it's the 1, 4, 10, 16, 22, 31, 34. So we now go over to the 1, 4, 10, 16, 22, 31, 34. So those are our 7 streets. Now we spread them out a little bit on this one, so could be a little risk with big sections of the wheel missing. Again, we're not covering the 7th street, the 13th street, the 19th street, the 25, and the 28. So 5 streets uncovered, 7 streets covered, based on the number 24 that just landed. We're now up to 192.50 and getting close to our 200 goal. Pretty decent session so far. Again, anything can turn. I think you need to get in and get out as quick as you can. The more spins, the more chance of loss that you have at the casino. So get in and get out, profit and stop. This seems to be a pretty decent strategy. Nothing is safe. Nothing will work all the time. But right now we're giving it a go. And we're going to stick with it. We are not going to change strategies in the middle right now. We're going to play it out. In my past videos, I have bounced around, and I think it might have hurt us. So I think the key is just to play the strategy out, set those stop losses, and that's it. Because bouncing around wasn't working in the challenge. For a little bit it worked, but don't think you can do that. Still watching that cool show, Presumed Innocent, about the lawyer who's on trial for killing his lover, affair partner, and lawyer partner. Very well done, very interesting. No spoilers, but it is based on a Scott Turow book, Presumed Innocent. And Harrison Ford was in the movie. I believe it was in the 80s or 90s, a long time ago. Really did like that movie. And I like Harrison Ford as an actor. Very diverse actor. So let's see if we can get one of these 7 streets to come in again and keep on the streak here. Somebody's betting big on the number 5 right now. Do we want a 5? We'll take a 5. That would help us. But number 5 is getting a lot of play on this wheel here. Let's see what happens. That is a 28. That is a loss. So we need to repeat the bet. And we need to go up our unit. We're going to go up 50 cents. We're going to go up 50 on each. So we now have a $10 50-cent bet. It's $1.50 on each of the streets for 7 streets. We're staying on the 24. We're staying on that number that hit prior. We're staying on the 1, 4, 10, 16, 22, 31, 34. Now, you can move if you think that the 28 could give you a better chance to switch to the 1, 4, 13, 16, 22, 28, 34. But the way a system is played out, we're going to stay at least for 3 and see what happens here. If we're close, you might even stay for 4. After this spin, guys, I'm going to take a break, I think. You know, I need to check on this doggy, get a glass of water. I don't have my liquid elixir of courage, as New York Average OG says. So, Average OG, I'm missing my elixir of courage right now. I need to go get something. My mouth is getting dry from all this talking. And a lot of you in the comments say I talk too much, and I do. I definitely blab too much. But I like showing these strategies, what they can and can't do. Lots of different ways to play the wheel. We're trying this one out, and it's been pretty successful for me in the long run. Right now, we're back to where we started from. We need to get a hit here to get back up there. We're using the DeLambert method, up 1, down 1. Up 1 on losses and down 1 on wins. We're just going to $1 as our base. We're betting 50-cent units. All right, that's a win. That gets us to 193. Guys, I'm going to take a quick break and come back. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. We need $7 more to get to our $200 goal. We just had a 17 come out. So we look on the board. That would be the 7, 10, 16, 19, 25, 28, and 31 streets. So we'll go over to the 7, the 10, 16, 19, 25, 28 and 31 streets, and hopefully get a few more wins to get us over to that $200 level. And I think I'll come back and after the 200 maybe do another session if I feel it's going well. Again, this is a nice grinding session with 7 streets, but again, it won't always work for you. Got a little bit of liquid courage here. Let's see how it's been doing since I left off. For example, if we look at the 6, 4, 7, 10, 16, 19, 28, and 31, and I get kicked off. All right, got to log back in, guys. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back, I think. We got kicked off the table because we didn't make a bet. Lots of bets going on in the middle of that wheel. If you can see it, lots of chips there. Let's see if we can get one of our streets to hit here. And on a loss, we'll go up a unit. 18 as a win gets us to 198. So we are $2 away from our goal here. And because we only need $2, guys, I'm going to go down to 50 cents. So number 18 just hit. It's the 7, 10, 16, 19, 25, 28, and 31. So we've got the 7, the 10, 16, 19, 25, and the 28 and 31 streets. And I went down because we only need $2 pretty much to get to our $200 goal. No need to risk that full amount. And if we do lose, we will go up to that dollar again anyway. I understand that, but let's just see if we can get a hit here and bring it on home. So we're betting $3.50 instead of our $7 on this one. Titan is growling at something. Stop growling, Titan. It's okay. Really interesting system that seems to climb little by little and does come back on those losses. We haven't had a really bad streak yet, but it can very well happen. You can get those misses in a row where you just miss in each of these streets. Now, by moving the streets, I think you're giving yourself a nice chance of hitting something. But again, I think the wheel has no memory, no bearing on it. So it's a great debate. Does moving the streets increase your chances of winning? Does moving the streets increase your chances of winning is the question. Hope that my mic level is okay. Been having some audio issues with this thing here. Got my new setup. So let's see if we can get one of these streets to hit. And we will take a break and come back a little bit later for maybe another session. $36 is a loss. So we're going to stay right here and increase our bet by 50 cents each. We'll just double it. So now we're making that $7 bet. Again, we just needed the $2 to get to our goal. And it always happens like this, right? When you get so close to that goal, you want to get over the hump, and it just won't let you. I seem to get into this bind all the time. When you're right there just trying to get it, and the wheel's like, nope. I'm not going to let you get to your goal. And it has no idea what I'm talking about, but because the wheel can't hear me. I believe a win here gets us to $199.50, I think. We'll be 50 cents away from our goal. That will be good enough for me. In fact, $2 could have been good enough for me, actually. We're right there at that level, but we want to try to get over that 200 mark. So we'll see if this system can get us there. Again, the number 23 has a big bet on it. 16, it looks like. A lot of action going on in the 27 section of the wheel. So I love watching what people are doing on the wheel with their bets. I love watching it. Looking for one of our 7 streets to hit here. That's a win on the number 9. Gets us to 199.50. 199.50. So we are right pretty much at that $200 level, everyone. So $25 in profit pretty easily with a couple bumps along the way. So I'm going to call it a session, guys. That for me is virtual $200. That's virtual $25. Really good strategy here. I'll be back to record another session of this a little bit later. Alrighty. See you in a bit. Okay, we are back at the table here. Let's try session number 2 with the strategy of 7 streets based on the last number to come up. Let's take a look. We have the number 4. That'd be the 4, 7, 10, 16, 19, 20, and 31. So 31 did hit. So after the 4, the 31 hit. That's pretty awesome. But again, it doesn't always work. We'll have to see if it keeps working. So 31 would have been the 1, 7, 10, and their 9 is in the 7 street. So there's definitely a method to this madness here. Starting at $199.50, $200. Let's see if we can get to $225 here, doing the same thing. So we're going to play the 9. So it's the 1, 4, 7, 13. 22, 28, 34. And we'll play those 7 streets here, hoping that one of them comes back, trying to avoid the other 5 streets that we do not have played. We're going to start with $1 here, and we will go up on losses and down on wins. This is from the Kings Club Roulette. Go check their channel out on YouTube. It's called Keys to the Kingdom, I believe, is this strategy. And nothing is foolproof. Nothing works all the time. Depending on what kind of coverage you like. Some people like covering little to no numbers, you know, like maybe 5 to 7 at a time, inside bets. Some people like playing the dozens, the columns. Some people like playing... And we're back. Let's see if we can get one of these streets to hit here. Six is a hit. That's a win. We're up to 204.50. Trying to get to 225. So on the number 4, we're going to go ahead and, excuse me, on the number 6, we're going to play the 4, 7, 10, 16, 19, 28, and 31. So again, number 6 hit. We play the 4, 7, 10, 16. 19, 28, and 31. So go ahead and play those 7 streets here. Interesting, we've had a pretty high win rate with this. Is it just luck today, or is there a method to the system? That's what we're trying to find out. So we're going to do another session here and try to see what happens. First session went very smooth, very well. Let's see if the second session can continue. And if we do get in some trouble, let's see if it can come back. We're just going up a unit on losses, down a unit on wins. I think you'd have to get very unlucky to keep missing the streets when you're moving them like this. But again, anything can happen. It is roulette. So you also have the dreaded green numbers out there, which we are not hedging. We are not covering them. That's an option you can do as well. Number 16 is a hit. That's another win, up to 209.50. So we take a look at the 16 on our chart. It's the 4, 7, 10, 16, 19, 28, and 31. If we go ahead and look at the 6, I believe it's the same. 4, 7, 10, 16, 19, 28, and 31. So we're just going to simply repeat the bet. So number 16, just to make sure again, is 4, 7, 10, 16, 19, 28, and 31. We'll keep the same bet as it was, based on the number 16 that came out. So let's see if we can get another win in a row here. Definitely enjoying the streak potential of this system. Gets us to 209.50. So let's see if we can get to 225. We would have made $50 on the day. We can call it a day and a positive session. $25 was nice profit. A good stopping point. I've come back for another session, see if we can duplicate it. I don't know if we have any sports fans out there, but in the Yankees-Orioles game, there was a big brawl, a big fight. Somebody didn't like what happened in that game, and it was a nice brawl I was watching over at the karaoke bar. I don't exactly know what happened because I didn't have the sound on at the time, but I love when they have the fisticuffs in baseball. The tough guys in baseball want to fight. So let me know in the comments if you saw the fight, depending on when you watch this video. So this is aired on Saturday of this week, the 13th of July. Cannot believe we're already into the month of July. It's flying by this summer already. Flying by. $18 is another hit. So we are getting a very good streak here. We're up to 214.50. We take a look at the 18, 7, 10, 16, 19, 25. 7, 10, 16, 19, 25. 28 and 31 based on the sheet where the 18 is. We go across from left to right. 7, 10, 16, 19, 25, 28, and 31 right here. Now, again, you can bet whatever units you want to bet. I'm choosing to bet just starting with $1. Would be making a lot more money, obviously, with higher bets, but a lower bankroll, you can't withstand a lot of losses. So you want to just try to make some profit slowly but surely. That's what we're doing here. I kind of do like this. Again, we're getting some good luck. A lot of it is luck, but there's definitely a method to this madness as to why these streets are hitting again after certain numbers happen on the wheel. Now, a lot of debate about this. Is it a total random entity? Is it something that truly is going to happen mathematically? It's very interesting to me. But we're going to play it out and see what happens here. We did make a good first session. Let's see if we can continue. Tighten. Stop it. Little bit of action here at the Borgata wheel. Throwing down some chips. Hope you guys like the new arcade games in the back. Little Golden Tee, little Mortal Kombat. We'll rotate these games in and out, and I will be making a video on them very shortly. Just haven't had the time to do that yet. Wait, I wonder where my mic... It just seems low to me. I hope you guys can hear me. Anyway. 15 is a loss. So we're going to stay on the same bet. We're going to go up 50 cents here. We're going to go up 50 on each bet here. So I'll make these $1.50. And the hope is that these streets do come back here. So after a loss, you stay on the same pattern that you were. So we're staying on the 18, right? Now I could switch to the 15, which is now going to be the 4, 13, 16, 19, 22, 31, 34. But I'm going to stay as the strategy dictates. You can play it any way. You can play it either way. You can move every spin, or you could stay on those losses. You can choose whatever you want to play. It is 7 streets. It is 21 numbers. So we'll see what happens here. Trying to get to $225 in this session. 225 is what we're trying to get. There's the dreaded green 00. So we were not hedging. You can hedge if you want. It will cut into your profit over the long haul. Choosing not to do it, we're going to repeat the bet now, and we're going to go up another 50 cents. We'll make a $2 bet on each. And this is why bankroll's the key. So you need to have that bankroll to cover these losses. But going up a little bit at a time here, we should catch something and make some money back. That is the goal. And you can play this any way you want. You can martingale. You can double up your bets. You can choose to flat bet it if you want. There's a lot of ways you can bet it here. I'm choosing to go up one, down one on wins and losses. So nice to have a big monitor in front of me here. I can actually see the racetrack. I can see all the numbers. Although the red colors is a really bad choice by Borgata BetMGM here. This shade of red just kind of blends in with everything on the number history and on the table. I really do hate that. They should have, like in a casino, exactly the way it is in a casino. Why make it yellow and red? To confuse the player? Maybe. Maybe psychology, confuse the player. 19 is a hit. $24 win gets us to 207. We now go back to $1.50. And since the 19 hit, we take a look. And our 19 is 1, 7, 10, 13, 19, 25, 28. So we now will go back to $1.50 on the 1, 7, 10, 13, 19, 25. And the 28. So those are our new 7 streets based on the 19. We need to add another 50 cents on each. We're going down 1 unit. So we now go to $1.50 on each here. Remember, it is down 1 on a win, up 1 on a loss is how we're playing it. Trying to get to 225. We're sitting at about 207 right now. Trying to get back in a good streak here. Trying to get back. Yeah, if they had the red and white as it is on a wheel, I think that'd be a lot easier to see. The circles, the red and the white, that would be a nice outline. I wonder why they chose black and red. It's a not great color combination here for it. Somebody write into BetMGM and the Borgata and say, hey, you know, fix this. It's awful. Can't see it. Can't see it. Come on now. 17 is a loss, so now we got to go back up a unit, another 50 cents. So we repeat the bet, and we go up 50 on each to $2 each. So let's hope that we don't start to get this chop of winning and losing. We do want to continue winning, so. And I do want to play this system through. I do want to play it and let it get back and get some hits and get on a streak again, so. You are going to go through these streaks of not hitting. You are going to go through these patterns of where your numbers just don't come up. That is roulette. I think you just have to have that bankroll to withstand it. But again, I just really want to demonstrate this strategy for you. And let me know in the comments what you think of it. Is it just random luck, or is it something that's viable, is the question. And you're not going to get it all back in one shot. And I think the Lambert is a good method for this because you are getting that 11-1 on all the streets. So you will make a nice profit back. But it will take you some time, you know, if you get into this hole. And again, with the wheel, the more spins you do, the more opt to losing you are. Those are the house edge odds. So you want to get in and get out as quick as you can. Probably your best roulette strategy is get in and get out. $20 is a hit. That gets us back to 206.50. So now we will go back down 1 unit, and we look at the number 20. 1, 7, 10, 19, 25, 28, and 31. So we now need to go to $1.50 on 1, 7, 10, 19, 25, 28, and I believe it's a 31 for the number 20. So we need to go to $1.50 again. We need to add 50 cents back because we are at the $2 level. So let's see if we can get a win here and get going again. Let's try to get 2 in a row and stop this back and forth nonsense here. It does take a lot of patience for this strategy. There's a lot of checking of your columns, your numbers, your rows that hit here. So be cognizant of the pattern and just go from left to right based on the number. And those are the streets you play. For example, we have a 20. We're playing the 1, 7, 10, 19, 25, 28, 31 street. By street, I mean the 3 numbers up and down starting with that number. $10 is a hit. We're up to 214. So I'm going to go back down to our dollar base. Starting with the 10, it's the 1, 4, 10, 13. 1, 4, 10, 13. 22, 25, 34. 22, 25, 34. So we're hoping to get another streak of good numbers here to get us up using this DeLambert method. If you're feeling lucky, you can double up. You can martingale. You can triple martingale. You can 5x it. You can bet it however you want. I think in terms of my bankroll, I think going up 1 unit and down 1 unit is the way to go for this strategy. But again, if you're like all on black, you could just bet it all on these streets and you'll make your profit target in no time. But I don't have AOB money. I don't have that kind of money laying around. So we go slow here on this channel. But we have fun. We love the ups and downs. We do love it. We want more ups now. So this could be a strategy, everyone. But it needs a lot more testing, a lot more spins over the long haul to see if this truly is viable percentage of wins versus losses. So again, you're probably looking for well over 60% win, 70% to really make a decent profit. And that's crazy to do in roulette. That's tough to do. So let's see what kind of ratio we can get. A 3-to-1 ratio would be awesome. And I think we've had that for the most part between the 2 sessions. If I go back and count up wins versus losses, I wonder how many wins versus losses we've had with this. I probably will do that at the end of the video. I'll tally up wins versus losses and report the findings to you at the end of this video. Wins versus losses for this strategy. Again, it could just be a lucky streak, or maybe there's a merit to this madness here. The jury is still out. The jury is still out on this. 21 numbers covered at a time is definitely risky, but we seem to be getting there back and forth. So let's get something in that first 12 besides the 7 and 9. Let's go back to that first 12 again. That ball's jumping around pretty good. That is a number 23. That's a win. We're up to 219. We're just $6 away now. We look at the number 23. 4, 7, 10, 16, 19, 22, 31. So we go to the 4, 7, 10. 16, 19, 22. And the 31. those are our 7 streets played here. A couple more wins is what we need. Let's see if we can get it. We're going to stay at the same base bet. No reason to rush it. We may lose a few, but hopefully the system, by going up and down, will get us to our target. So we're just about $6 away now from 225. This is Keys to the Kingdom by King's Club Roulette. Saw this strategy a few months ago, but never really played it for some reason. Now I'm playing it, and it seems to be working pretty decently. But again, like any strategy, all of them are apt to fail at some point. So get in and get out. We've made a nice profit here. 20 is a win of $12. We are now at 224. We're $1 away from 225, everyone. So this strategy really kicked butt, I have to say. We've made pretty much 50 bucks in, I think, a little under an hour or so with the 2 sessions. I can go ahead and make a bet and try to get our $1 if we want here. For example, black came out. Maybe I follow the winner on black. But this is where the rabbit hole comes in. Again, this is where that rabbit hole comes in. I could continue on the strategy and try to get over 225 and give one more spin. Or I can just call it a day at 224 and say we're there. And that's what I'm going to do, everyone. I'm pretty happy. It's basically 50 bucks. There's no reason to push it. Strategy did very well. If you like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe. Right down here at the bottom, hit the notifications. Hit the like. Really pushes these videos out. And we'll be back with more strategies soon. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good one.